Hello, my friends. Hello, 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 and once again, baby, welcome back down the old rabbit hole. It's your boy Icarus480, and I'm back once again with a brand new trip report for you guys. What? That's right, baby. I decided to jump back on the psychedelic horse, if you would. Giddy up, motherfucker! And I decided to celebrate that awesome day that happened in 1943. Rest in peace to you, Albert Hofmann. And if any of you guys out there celebrated this year, I hope you all had a very safe, very happy day. And yeah, man. I do want to apologize really quickly before we get into the whole shebang of the story about my last video, or the quality of my last video, if you would. After the Streets Part 1. I didn't realize this until the video was uploaded, that a lot of the audio is on the left-hand side. So, yeah, I hope I fixed it in this one, and I won't let that happen again. But, yeah, man, so let's jump right into this. Before I get into the story itself, I definitely have to talk about how this all came to be. So give me 1 second as I drink from my great value hydro flask here. So I wasn't really planning on experiencing Bicycle Day in that sort of sense, you know what I mean? I wasn't planning on taking psychedelics or anything. It was just kind of the events that led up to it that, you know, made it happen, if you would. So I would say about 2 weeks before Bicycle Day, maybe 2.5 weeks before Bicycle Day, I get a call on my phone. Ring, ring, Dr. Icarus. How can I help you? So it was my friend Raw. You guys actually might remember him from the last Bicycle Day trip report. He hits me up. He's like, hey, man, I hear you're sober. That's fucking amazing. Congratulations, dude. Like, let's kick it, bro. So I'm like, for sure. I head over to his house. We smoke some joints, listen to the Dead out in his front porch and shit. And he's, you know, like, man, I have a gift for you. You know, I know you're sober and going through all that shit. I don't know what your mindset is or when you're planning on journeying with psychedelics again, but I want to give you this as a gift. Take it whenever you want. Do with it whatever you want. You know what I mean? When you decide that you do want to jump back down the rabbit hole, I don't want you to go looking for it. I want you to know it's right there from a good friend. So thank you, Raw. I love you to death, dude. And I was like, thanks, man. So he gave me 8 gel tabs of these orange gel tabs with like fucking gold flakes in them. Looked really cool. And I take them home and I just, you know, like Albert Hofmann, put them on the shelf for a little bit and forgot about them. You know, I did kind of give out a couple doses to a couple friends here and there as gifts, you know, because I wasn't planning on taking it. So fast forward about a week, me and my roommate are outside, just smoking a joint, you know, talking about the house and shit like that. Now, in my view in front of me, there's a bicycle that's, you know, been sitting there, and I just kind of brought it up to him, not with Bicycle Day in my mind or anything. I just, hey man, that's a really nice bike. How much did you pay for that? And then he's like, oh, that's not my bike. That was actually a roommate of ours who dipped, and it's just been sitting there since like December. Like, nobody uses it. If you ever like want to fucking use it, man, like, it's for the taking. I was like, okay, cool, you know. We finish our joint. He goes inside. I'm just still outside enjoying the night under the fucking porch or whatever. And I see that bicycle. I'm like, I'm gonna go take a look at it, right? So I'm looking at it. Definitely needs some work done to it. But I remember Bicycle Day is coming up, right? Now, let me just say real quick, fuck the J.J. Abrams rendition of Star Wars. George Lucas all day. That whole J.J. Abrams franchise can get fucked in the ass with no lube. But in The Force Awakens, there's a scene where Luke Skywalker's saber calls out to Rey. That's basically what my acid was doing to me. It was like, hey, yo, there's a bicycle. But I started to, you know, I sat with that thought that came in my mind and was like, okay, I'm going to consider taking a journey on Bicycle Day. However, if I do go this route, I'm going to go the right way. So I thought about why I want to take this, you know, experience, what I want to get out of it. You know what I mean? I really sat with my thoughts and my feelings and everything I'm dealing with, and really looked inside of myself, you know, the days leading up to this experience, really trying to prepare myself, because a whole lot of fuck you to my last experience, right? So days are coming up, you know, I'm trying to mentally prepare myself, you know what I mean? bicycle day comes. Now, usually on bicycle day, I wake up like a fucking kid on Christmas. I'm super excited, pop a couple tabs, let's get this day started, and I take off. Now, that's not the case. I still needed to work on this bike and do a lot of work on it before I even decided to journey, so that's what I decided to do. Now, this pretty much kind of turned into an all-day thing. Really, all I needed to do was so the seat on it sucked. I'm Thickerus 480, you know what I'm saying? I got the badonkadonk. So that little slice of pizza seat that you sit on, you know, it's just not going to work for me. I don't want to feel like I'm getting fucked in the ass the entire time I'm riding on the bicycle. So I needed to get, you know, the double cheek seat, you know what I'm saying? So I needed that. I definitely wanted to get, you know, some tubes that won't fuck up on me and shit. Last thing I want to do is be riding 10 miles out, you know, whatever, and have a flat, which has happened to me a couple times. So, you know, all that shit. And it all came with a lot of shit because, like, I went to go get these tubes and I got the wrong size. I had to take it back, and then I went to go, like, I had to take it back. The seat fucking wouldn't come off. Like, just basically, like, the screws that held the seat were like Betty White. They were fucking old as shit. So, like, it stripped the fucking screw when I was trying to take it off and shit. We had to use a grinder to get that bitch off, and then fucking the sweets, like, I thought it was like, okay, whatever, like, it's all good, like, I'll just sit on it, but the thing swiveled, so I didn't want to feel like I'm fucking Dr. Evil while I'm riding this fucking bicycle on acid. So I was like, I need to find a screw and a nut that will, like, hold this thing in place. So I had to go to Lowe's. Now, you ever gone to Lowe's and looked for one bolt and a nut that fits? It's a lot fucking harder than it seems, dude. So, long story, this is an all-day process. I finally fixed this bicycle, right? It's already, by this time, though, it's already 6. The sun's starting to set, which I don't give a fuck, you know? I'm just trying to, you know, not be as anxious or excited, you know what I mean? It's pretty much good to go. I'm just kind of preparing everything, like, okay, packing some weed, making sure I have all this shit, like, extra battery, blah, 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 blah. Now, I was like, okay, I'm doing a lot of bicycle riding. Obviously, I'm going to need some hydration, son. So I was like, I'm going to go to Walmart, pick up some Pedialyte to pour into this little shit, you know what I mean, and stay hydrated. So I decided, all right, before I go to Walmart, though, I'm going to drop. So I was like, how much should I take? I want a full experience. I'm going to try to take a tab and a half. Which really doesn't work for gel tabs, you know what I mean? They just, when you try to cut a half a gel tab, a lot of the time, the half will go flying across the room. You know what I mean? So I carefully tried to cut this gel tab, and I did successfully cut it in half, and I took the 1.5, and I was holding this tiny little piece, and I was just like, don't do it, man. Don't do it, man. Remember last time you took too much? Fuck it. And I took it. Whatever, man. Whatever. So I then decide to go get this Pedialyte from Walmart. I ride my happy ass down to Walmart. As I pull up to Walmart, there's a guy outside this Walmart arguing with a Walmart employee. What do you mean I have to wear a mask? I've been vaccinated. Why did I even get the vaccine if I have to wear a mask in your establishment? And she's like, I'm sorry, sir, it's just, you know, store policy. He's like, I got the Johnson & Johnson, god damn it. Hey, does anybody want to tell him that's the ghetto one? I was just like, all right, man, you know, I just mask up, AZ, and I just walked in, got my Pedialyte, and I just wanted to get the fuck out of there before my brain turned into a deep-fried Twinkie. So as I start riding back home, my, you know, legs are starting to feel like, you know, cheese on the string and shit. I get home, you know, pack up. I'm like, all right, I'm good to go. So I get on my bicycle. By this time, it's already night, you know, clear sky. I get out, start riding. You know, we have liftoff, baby. I'm listening to, like, I don't know, some crazy psytrance music. You know, it's fucking amazing, dude. Like, the lights and everything are all pulsating. Fucking orbs and shit around all the, like, sources of light. You know what I mean? I'm waving my hands, slowly starting to see tracers. The sky is shimmering in stars. It looks like broken glass. You know, them broken windows got me up all night. Shout out to Food's Gone Wild. But, yeah, man, so I then decide, okay, where am I going to go? Now, I haven't lived in Tempe in a very long time. I used to live in Peoria and Glendale for a few years. And, yeah, I was like, dude, Tempe Beach Park, right? Like, those are my old stomping grounds. So I start heading down that way, just, woo! Just living it, man. I miss this shit, dude. Welcome back down the rabbit hole. Like, woohoo! And I'm just riding, right? So I get to the Mill Avenue district in Tempe, which I've been there many times since I've moved back, but just seeing it like in a psychedelic sense, like seeing Tempe while on acid again for the first time in years. The last time, like, I used to fucking, the whole basis of this channel started in Tempe, and I've never seen it like this, like the growth of the city, like fucking huge, like skyscrapers. Did I see that? Skyscrapers and shit that weren't there, and I was just like, God damn, I don't know how to feel about this, you know what I mean? I kind of consider Tempe my home. It's the first place I came to, you know, on my own, you know. I'd have this place has a special place in my heart. I was like, this sucks. It feels like gentrification, son. But I was like, yeah, whatever. So I decided to go up the mountain. So next to Arizona State University, right off the Mill Avenue district, there's a mountain with a giant yellow A on it, you know? Fucking stands for Arizona. You know, every college has this mountain, I'm assuming. So I decided to walk my happy ass up there. You know what I mean? Journey up the mountain. I guess it was symbolic to a sort of sense for me, in a sense of like I'm overcoming an odd, I don't know, it was very symbolic for me. So I was like, I'm gonna hike this mountain while on acid. Now I only had like this much water or like you know, stuff left, and I needed to refill. I was like halfway up the mountain when I realized this. I was like, well, that was fucking stupid. But nonetheless, I get up to the very tip top peak of this mountain. It's not too crazy of a hike or anything, but I get up, man, and I'm now standing on top of this building. It's nighttime, and literally I can spin in a full like 360 degree view and just see nothing but lights and cars surrounding me, right? Like, holy shit, dude. And all seeing the city from the top of the mountain on acid, oh my fucking god, I don't think I've ever actually been up there like while fully peaking, dude. It looked fucking crazy. It looked like an organism, dude. Like all the cars and shit looked like antibodies moving and shit, and I was like, this is fucking great. So I sit down and I start listening, you know, to some chill music. Yeah. Now, this is where the message comes in, or like, this is where I plug in, dude. I'm just sitting over there, sitting on this mountain, looking over, and I'm just like, damn, you know, like, a lot of my trips, you know, like, what I retain from them or what I get out of them always have to do with my past or my future. You know, this was about the now. Like, I was just so grateful for, like, where I was at that given moment. Like, I was just so grateful for what I've gone through, like, the progress I've made in my life. Like, you know, I don't have a lot, but hey, I'm fucking great right now, dude. Things are fucking good, man. I was just, you know, fuck tomorrow, fuck yesterday, right now is happening, and I'm in this bitch, bro. And it was fucking great, dude. I just reminisced, you know, thought about where I came from. Shout out to Gilbert House Touch Angels, what's up? What's up, Stacy? Shout out to you, homegirl. But, yeah, no. So I was just sitting up there, man, taking it in, plugging it in, just patting myself on the back, dude, like, hey, man, you fucking did it. Look at you, kid. You're fucking here, man. So I take it in, and I can hear someone behind me, and it freaks me out. You know, somebody else just came up the mountain. I'm like, all right, whatever. I had packed a bowl of some weed, and I start smoking the bowl. And apparently, these people who were up the mountain didn't really like I was smoking pot. And so I take my headphone out, and I had heard her, like, this woman mention that, like, yeah, you know, it's illegal to smoke marijuana in public. I realize she's talking to me, so I turn around, I'm like, oh, no, ma'am, it's okay. It's okay. I'm vaccinated. I got the Johnson & Johnson, god damn it. It's still blazing. I don't give a fuck. And then I kind of just started laughing, like, yo, what if she really went into Karen mode and, like, went down the mountain and told the police, like, there's a man up there smoking marijuana. And the police actually had to hike the mountain. And, like, whoo, hey, sir. Before I arrest you, can I have some of your water? Hey, sorry, sir, I've only got, like, that much left. But I just kind of laughed about that, whatever. So eventually I'm like, all right. It's not mountain day, bitch. It's bicycle day. Like, I'm gonna plant up and go back down. So I start heading back down this mountain, whatever. About halfway down this mountain, something just clicks. So I start seeing someone coming up the mountain, and, he looked like, I don't want to be judgmental to anybody, but he definitely looked like somebody who should be where I was a couple months ago, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, no, so he walks up, like literally like a Walking Dead walker, like, up this mountain. I'm just like, oh, shit. I was taken back by it a little bit. But, like, once that happened and I felt that anxiety start creeping, like, that fear start creeping up, I told myself, I was like, I knew I shouldn't have took that other half of that fucking gel tab. Fuck! And, like, it's almost I've been waiting to say that. And then I'm like, I'm going to take my music out, because what if it starts doing that blah, 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 shit again, dude? Like, fuck. And that's when I was like, wait a minute. Calm the fuck down, dude. Let's assess this. Instead of just running away from the fear, let's look at it. Why are you getting scared? That guy look like a walker? Bro, you probably look like a walker. When you're walking drunk down the fucking street, that person's a human being just like you. He wasn't trying to eat your brains, dude. And you know what? Let's just go. Let's just get off this mountain, get out of the darkness, and go to the light, and everything's gonna be cool, man. So I just kept telling myself, it was a battle. It was a battle. Angel and devil was like, go home. And the other was like, or it was just a battle, like, what should I do? I don't know what to do. And I was like, hey, it don't matter what you do, because you're okay. It don't matter if you go home or still ride your bike. You're okay. You need water is what you need. Let's go get water. And you know what I mean? That kind of calmed me down. I was able to pull myself out of it. I got on the bike, and I started listening to The Weeknd. Whoa, I'm blinded by the lights. So at that point, I'm like, all right, I'm cool. So I started riding. I'm like, I need water. So I ride to this gas station. Now I'm going to stop real quick. This gas station, if you guys remember from my bicycle day years ago, this was the same gas station, and I didn't realize that this was the same gas station until literally I decided I wanted to film this trip report, and I rethought about that night. This gas station was the same gas station in my bicycle day trip report a couple years ago where that fucking woman looked like Darla from Finding Nemo. Fishy, wake up! Same gas station. And of course, there I was years later on the exact same day, and some weird shit had to happen. I went in to go get water. I walk in to go get water, and, I take a headphone out. I'm like, hey, man, can I get some H2O? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. I'm like, okay. So there's one person in line. I go up to the fountain drink thing to get water. So I fill it up with ice. This guy on the side of me is cashing out. And then he leaves. And then, I finish getting ice. So now I'm looking for water. Literally, there's no water. There's no option for water. I looked on the lemonade. There's a little white arm where you push down in the water. There's no water. And I asked the guy, like, hey, where's your water? And he doesn't respond to me. There's nobody else in the store. I swore he might have heard me. I then turn and look, and he's literally standing there just staring off into space like this. And if I was like, where's your water? And he's like, we don't have water. I was like, didn't you just tell me I could get the water? And he was like, the only water we have is from the sink. And he was like kind of being like a dick. And I was like, well, can I have some sink water? He's like, sure, yeah. I'm like, here, you fucking asshole. And he gives me some water, and I'm like, hey, man, happy bicycle day. I don't know what the fuck that is, dude. Get out of my store. Just kidding. But then, I sit down, and instead of getting my bicycle, I'm like, all right, I'm chilling. And, I fucking big hydrated real quick, and then back on my destination at Tempe Beach Park. Started riding down, man, and there was just so many fucking people, and it was so many people, and I was like riding my bicycle, and I had this general fear I was gonna hit somebody. So I was like, I want to get away from like the extremely heavily populated area. So I went down to where I kind of used to live, and there was this park, right? And Now, where I used to live, there was like this little oasis I used to go to on psychedelics. That there was this random patch of grass that made no sense at the time as to why it was there. It just sat there alone. It had trees under it. It was like, basically, I at the time thought that the city of Tempe built it for trippers to come to get away, dude. That's what it felt so perfect. So remember how I told you the city was growing and shit? When I rode down there, I was like, I'm gonna go to that oasis and just retain that energy I used to feel when I would go over there. I rode up to it, and there's now that whole little circle that circle of grass makes sense because there's buildings around it. Years ago, they were planning this, dude, and this roundabout and shit. I was like, bro, I was still taken back of the fact that this city's growing, man. This city's growing. So it's like, whatever. At this point in time, I just start riding around and I start thinking about that. About growth, man. About growth. And I didn't know if I liked it or not, but that's the thing about life, man, is sometimes we have to accept change and growth, and sometimes we don't want to. Shit. When I was an alcoholic, I knew I didn't want to accept change and growth. I didn't want to change. When I first walked into that rehab, I was terrified to go in. I was terrified of change. But you know what? Good things come out of it. Great things came out of it. So don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of growth. And don't be afraid of, tomorrow, what tomorrow holds. Be grateful for what you have today and be grateful for everything around you. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath with me right now, everybody. Guess what? There's not a lot of people who can do that. But that's what pretty much that trip taught me, man. Be grateful every day, dude. Take it easy, dude. Let me do my best Terrence. Take it easy, dude, but take it. I tried. I used to be better. But yeah, man, that was my bicycle day. I went home, had me some dope pizza, and called it a night. So, yeah, man, I hope you all had enjoyed. After the Streets, Part 2 will be out in a couple days. Be sure to be on the lookout for that. Add me on Instagram at Uncle Icarus Son. And yeah, if you ever need to find me, baby, jump down the rabbit hole, left at the Land of Oz. From there, second star to the right and straight on till morning. You'll find yourself in that place before sleep and awake. That's where I'll always love you, and that's where I'll always be waiting. Until next time, folks, say it with me, baby. Peace, love, and smoke DMT. Damn it!